Hey love, I'm Denise Levon and welcome back to my channel, Love Done Right, where we get the girls praying with prayer journals and prompts. And today I'm going to be doing my March reset. So it's officially the first week of March, and I think typically people do these at the end of the prior month, but listen, we're doing it now. I got this idea from my girl Jessica Lauren at the Sunday Jumpstart podcast. I'll link her channel below. I absolutely love her channel, and I think that these resets are a really good idea, especially as I am continuing to grow in business. It just offers me some time to reflect and review and to set some goals for the coming month, or in this case the month that we're already in. So this is the first time me doing this, and I think the way that I want to structure it is I want to share my lessons, the things that I learned during the month, as well as just whatever is going on new. And then also I want to share some of my goals that I have for, in this case, the present month or the next coming month. And I think moving forward, when I continue to do my monthly resets, there will also be some time for me to review the past month's goals to see whether or not I hit them, you know, where are my areas of opportunity or different things that I can change and work on. So the point of this video, these types of videos that I'm going to be doing, is to really help me to reflect and to review and to see what I can do better and do differently in my small business. And also this serves as a really good reminder for me to just like slow down and like review so that I can do better and perhaps bigger the next time around. So since this is my first month doing this, I do not have goals to review from February. So I'm just going to jump straight into the things that I've learned about myself, about business, all of the things. This is going to be our time to just reflect, me and you, okay? We're just going to sit and chat, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. Go ahead and grab you something to drink, get your little snack or whatever have you, and let's get into this monthly reset. So let's address the elephant in the room, and that is the fact that your girl has readers now. What? This is the first time in my life that I have ever needed glasses, readers, whatever have you. And it's just so funny because I've always had really good vision. But my husband said, let's go to the eye doctor and just make sure everything is good, because I do work from home and I'm on the computer 97% of the day, okay? So I thought, okay, let's go do it. So I went and got my eyes checked, and they said that my vision is still amazing. But since I do like to read, and I like to read not just electronically on my Kindle, but I like to read physical copies of books, things get a little blurry. Things have gotten a little blurry. And they said that nothing to worry about, your vision is still good, but because you are slowly but surely approaching 40, you know, sometimes the eyes get a little tired and they need a little help. So we have help, y'all. We have help. And I'm mentioning this because the first big lesson that I learned from February, and this is something that has been going on for some years now with me, right? But I feel like it's starting to really resonate, and that lesson is rest is restorative. I am absolutely guilty of doing all the things, wearing all the hats, and then being completely burnt out and worn out. It has been so difficult for me to sit down. Instead, I have just been like falling out. For lack of a better phrase, I have just been like crashing. And I just feel like I'm in a season in my life where the Most High is like, baby, we going into a graceful season, and you need to learn how to actively rest. You need to learn how to intentionally rest. And so what I discovered during one of my counseling sessions is that my mindset around rest, my perspective around rest, is incorrect. And so I am retraining myself to think about rest as restorative and think about rest as productive, because in the past I have not thought about rest as productive. I would say, oh, if I go and sit down, take a nap, then I'm gonna miss it all the time to do XYZ. And girl, rest is restorative. If you don't rest, you will not be refueled and restored and replenished creatively. You won't have the physical strength. Rest is so necessary, and it is productive. And I mentioned these glasses because my eyes was tired, okay? My eyes have been, strained looking at all these different devices. And, the proof of that is showing up because when I would go to pick up my physical copy of my books and try to read, everything is blurry and I can barely see anything. So we are giving my eyes rest, okay? We are restoring my eyes through the rest that my readers are giving me. But just as a whole, as a woman, as a small business owner, as all the different hats that I wear, I am really accepting the fact that rest is restorative. And so whenever I feel the nudge of the Most High say, okay, it's time to go sit down, I have been doing my best to lean into that and to be obedient to that and to take my rest. Because whenever I do take a moment to just rest and relax and breathe, I always come back with bomb ideas. I always come back completely refreshed and restored and with strength and energy to continue on. So that was the first big lesson of February and a little bit before February as well. But that was one that really jumped out to me. Rest is restorative. So for me, if that means, okay, take a break from social media. Even though we know we all want to do social media to continue to promote our business, I can rest assured that resting from certain things will rejuvenate me and will be a blessing to me to come back stronger and better. So I am releasing the fear of missing out, right? FOMO is a thing. I am releasing the untruth that if I rest, I'm not being productive. I am accepting the fact that rest is restorative. The second thing that I learned is that you don't have to do all of the things to accomplish whatever goal you are shooting for. So what do I mean by that? As a small business owner, it is real easy to get caught up in all of the things. You gotta do email marketing, you gotta do social media, you gotta, put flyers on people's cars. However you choose to market, however you choose to do that, it is real easy to look at the next sister or the next brother and say, wow, their small business blew up overnight. I gotta do what they did. Or, oh wow, they have a new strategy or a new tactic. I gotta do that. And before you know it, you're just adding thing after thing on top of this huge pile of to-do list. Like, it never ends. But the truth of the matter is, you don't have to do all of those things to accomplish whatever goal you are trying to accomplish. The thing that I have found is that keeping my eyes focused on my goal and thinking about the goal, okay, how do I get here? How do I get this thing that I'm trying to achieve? I don't have to do all the things. I don't need everybody's strategy. I just need the right strategy for me. And so again, I have been really learning to lean into the Most High. And when he says, you should write this email and send it today, or you should do this particular video and do it like this, I'm leaning into that. I'm not doing any and everything to get views, get clicks, get sales. I'm not doing that. Okay, because that's another fast lane to burnout. You do not have to do all of the things to achieve your goal. The only thing that you have to do is keep your goal in front of you and focus on it. Seek the Most High for the strategy for you. Okay, so stop adding all those things. I'm talking to myself here. Stop adding all these things onto, in your pile of knowledge, because that's one of the things that I love to do. I love to know how to do X, Y, and Z just in case. And that's just like, girl, that's too much. You need to release some of that brain space. Like, you don't need to know how to do all of the things, okay? You don't have to participate in all of the things. You don't have to do everything that the next person did to achieve the goal that you are trying to achieve. You just need to follow the strategy that the Most High has for you and watch him work. The third thing that I learned is that things take time to grow. And I think living in this instant gratification generation, we forget that the day that you plant the seed is not the day that you're going to harvest the fruit, okay? And I do a lot for myself and my business. And I think sometimes because I'm striving so hard, I forget that I put in I dropped a whole bunch of seeds over here. A whole bunch. And so something so amazing that has been happening, especially this week and just a lot lately, is that a lot of my seeds have been coming back to harvest. And so that's another, thank you, Lord, that is another reminder to relax, slow down, and trust that God got you. Trust. That's another reason for me to lean into rest, because I am planting the right seeds. I am seeking the Most High. And so remembering that the day that you plant the seed is not the day that you harvest the fruit, but the harvest is coming. That's the point in it all. The harvest is coming. As long as you continue to put forth the effort, you are following the instructions of God, you are being obedient, you are resting, because rest is what? It is trusting in the Most High. As long as you're doing those things, you are going to reap a harvest. So today, no, we don't have 100,000 subscribers. But as long as I continue to plant those good seeds and trust and make sure that I am in alignment with God, eventually we're going to get there. Eventually we're going to reap a harvest. And there's no harm in waiting. Ooh, that's a word, honey. That is a word. We do not like to wait, but there is no harm in waiting. There's no harm in waiting. There's so many lessons and so much to receive from the Most High when we wait on Him. So yeah, that's the third thing that I've been learning, is that things take time to grow. The day that you plant the seed is not the day that you're going to reap the harvest, but you will reap a harvest. And that goes both ways. Plant good seed, you're going to reap a good harvest. But you plant bad seeds, you're going to reap a bad harvest. So, Janice, if you're consistent and you are, you said you're going to be committed to your business this year, YouTube is going to be your thing. Okay, so I set myself up to put in the work. But don't flip out because we haven't hit 1,000 subscribers yet. We haven't hit whatever number I have in my head. Trust and believe. Just remember that the day that you plant the seed is not always the day when you reap the harvest, and trust that you will eventually reap a harvest. Just trust God and rest in Him and lean in Him. So those are some of the things that I learned this past month, and now I want to go ahead and get into my goals for this month. So my first goal for this month is I legalized my business. All praise to the Most High. I'm so excited about that, and I want to really focus on organizing my finances. My husband does work in finance, so surprise, you are my elite employee. So I'm going to draft him in to help me with all that, and I'm really, really, really looking forward to it. The next thing that I want to do is I want to start bulk creating my content. So I have really good ideas and really great plans, and I organize and I write it down. But I noticed that when things are kind of like popping and like things are like going good and going well, I get like distracted real easy, and I'm just like, oh, I'll just run over to the part where the party is at. And so I know the content that I want to put up, but I just need to sit down and just bulk create and then schedule out everything. So I'm gonna try doing that, and sometimes I do that. But yeah, I'm just not consistent with it. So we're going to be consistently bulk creating so that I can get ahead of myself and relieve myself from feeling like, oh, I'm running against the clock. I got to post this video today. So I don't want that feeling anymore. I've been consistent, all praises to the Most High, but I just want to get I want to get a little distance from the content. All right. So that's my next goal. I want to bulk create some content. The third goal that I have for this month is I want to lean into my strengths. And I know for a fact that one of my strengths is writing. So really focusing on my email marketing and also adding more blogs to my website, because I believe that's going to help with SEO. And I have a mission here. Okay, it's not, for me, it's not just about sales. Yes, your girl wants to sell her journals and cards and planners, but I also want to cultivate an environment, cultivate a space where women can come and know that they're going to be empowered to pray and become prayer warriors. So I do really well at writing blogs, writing emails. I get good responses from those things. So I want to lean into that more, and I just want to see how the Most High is going to use it. So yeah, that's one of the things that I want to do more of this month. And on a personal note, my fourth goal for the month is I want to get back into my weight loss journey, because I'm not satisfied in the weight that I'm in. I'm not mad about it, but I'm not 100% satisfied either. So I want to get back to my regimen, my weight loss journey. And I have a goal in mind, I have a number in mind, but I really am a firm believer in sustainability. So I'm not married to a number. I'm more so seeking after a feeling in my body. I'm not so much married to like, oh, I want to be X amount of pounds. I mean, it would be nice to get under a certain weight, but more than anything, I want my health journey to be, one, sustainable, and two, I want to feel as well as possible. So if that's getting to a certain number, then great. But if not, I'm cool with that too. But the point is, I just want to get back into the swing of things. I work from home. I do almost everything from home. I really enjoy my walking pad. My husband and I have walking pads, little treadmills, and we have like a little workout room in our house. So that, and I also enjoy my gospel dance like workouts. I will definitely share some of my favorites below. The girls here on YouTube, they be, baby, they're gonna give you a good old workout. And there's this one lady that I really love. I believe her name is Jazz. Again, I'm gonna share it in the description of this video. But yeah, I really enjoy my gospel dance workouts. They give me a really good workout. I feel good, I'm energized, and I just want to get back into that. I've kind of fallen off a bit. So yeah, that's my next goal for this month. My fifth goal is to figure out an effective evening routine. So my mornings are pretty good, okay? I'm not perfect at my morning routine, but I know the things that help me to have the most effective and productive day. So my morning is good. The nighttime is where issues come in, because typically the night just kind of belongs to my home. Husband comes home, or maybe he's working from home that week or whatever have you, and it's just his time, and then I just kind of like crash and burn. So I feel like I need more of a structured nighttime routine. I want to kind of steal a little bit of time for myself at night to set me up for the next day. And I have not figured it out yet. And I hear a lot of women say that, like, you know, the nighttime, it typically gets stolen by the husband, the kids, and everybody else, and then you just kind of fall out and go to bed. I want something a little bit more structured for myself. It doesn't have to be extensive, just, you know, just something a little bit more structured that will set me up for the next day. So that's something that I've been thinking about for some time now. I have not figured it out just yet. And so I'm going to put my best foot forward this month and really try to figure out an effective nighttime routine that gives me back some time to myself and sets me up well for the next day. And now that your girl got her eyes, okay, I want to get back to reading physical books. So I read pretty often. I do consider audiobooks reading, so you know, take that up with the Lord if you don't. But anyways, I love my audiobooks, but there's something very special about slowing down and holding a physical book in your hands and putting eyes to paper. And now that I got my eyes, honey, I am not going to be straining, and these bad boys have been a blessing, so I'm not even mad at it. But I want to get back to reading more physical books. So I did go to the library the other day and I picked up a couple of books, and I guess before I go, I'll share with y'all. So I have already started. My first book is called Excuse Me While I Ugly Cry by Joya Goffney. This is a young adult romance, and I've heard a lot of good things about it. I thought the cover was cute, so I was like, okay, let's go ahead and do it. And I really enjoy YA. It takes me back to my teenage years, and it just gives me all the feels. So this one I already started, and it's already cute and making me laugh. The next book that I plan on reading is The Light on Halsey Street by Vanessa Miller. This is a Christian fiction author, and I absolutely love her. I have been reading her books for years, since I was a teenager actually, and she has so many great books. She has a bunch of series, and she is so good. Definitely a reliable author, and so good. So I'm looking forward to getting to this one as well. And last but not least, I've actually kind of migrated away from nonfiction, unless they are like memoirs, because at one point I was just in information overload with all the self-help books. So I have been in my fiction girl era and I love it here, okay? But with all that said, the last book that I'm going to be reading is Bamboozled by Jesus, How God Tricked Me into the Life of My Dreams by Yvonne Orji. Y'all might remember her from that show Insecure and a bunch of other shows and movies. But yeah, I find her story to be interesting. I believe that she's like 42, 43 and she's a virgin and she's waiting on God to send her a husband. And I just thought that one little note about her life was very admirable, and I wanted to know more about her story. And honestly, I mean, who would not want to read a book called Bamboozled by Jesus, How God Tricked Me into the Life of My Dreams? So okay, I am looking forward to reading her book, and I think it's going to be really good and funny because she is super funny, and yeah, I really enjoy her work. So this was my March reset. I'm going to come back at the end of March and do a reset for April, which is my birthday month, so I'm really looking forward to that. I hope that you enjoyed this video and that you were inspired by it and that you learned something. So if you did, make sure you give me a thumbs up, hit your girl with a comment, and make sure you subscribe, okay? If you are not subscribed, make sure you go ahead and subscribe. All right, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll speak to you in the next one.